So the Irish fans here in the Aviva FanStudio, happy with the Irish performance, but not happy with the result. It's finished 21 points to 9 to New Zealand. We're joined by our panel once again. Wally, your reaction to that? I suppose after conceding that early try, we feared that the house of cards is going to fall in.
And it didn't, you know. We stayed in there right till the end, but I suppose you can't really argue with 3 tries to 0, and that's maybe where we fell down. The chances that we took in Chicago, we didn't take this time. You know, we took a couple of chances in the first half, couple in the second half, and we just couldn't get over that line. But fair credit to New Zealand, you know, their defence was brilliant, and we got that reaction that we thought we were going to get from them. You know, they were so committed, and we had to push them to their best today, which is something we can take a lot out of. And you know, maybe if we got one of those try opportunities, then we would have been a lot closer in the end.
Luke, you got an awful lot of heat pre-match. The only person that predicted that New Zealand would win and Ireland would lose.
It was his negativity. His negativity ruined it for everyone.
Apologies to all. Yeah, look, I think they did show why they're the nice the best team in the world for the last kind of 2 years or 3 years, and they were really impressive. I mean, they had a lot of tough matches in that game. I do think the referee bailed them out. I thought it was a really poor performance from him. I thought there was at least another yellow card in there, if not a red, for the Fekitoa one in the second half. And I thought
You've won them back now.
It's a tough one. It was hard to get that one out, to be honest. I was worried about using it. But to be honest with you, though, like, I mean, the pressure we had, there was periods in the first half and the second half where we had a lot of pressure on them, and he gave penalty after penalty and never gave a yellow card. I thought that was really poor, and I thought it cost us in the end.
Dave, a person who singled out pre-match was Barrett, and once again he showed his brilliance.
Yeah, he was superb today. I think the thing about New Zealand is that they managed to just be consistently good over 80 minutes, and I suppose it showed in the last 20 minutes, and especially Barrett, he popped up ever. He was creating good play. His try in the first half, great pace. And then he had a couple of huge tackles, one on Sean O'Brien on the line there, and then one on Gary Ringrose as well. So, yeah, he was probably the difference today.
Take us into that Irish dressing room. What would Joe be like in there after a result in a performance like that?
Yeah, obviously good. They've lost a game, but at the same time, there is a lot of positives to take there. You know, the big thing coming in the last few weeks was believing that we could beat the All Blacks, and we did beat them. But you know, we know now that we can beat them. We can beat them anytime we play them. So, and at the same time, the guys who come off the bench, we've got a lot of young guys who came in and did really well. So there's a lot of positives to take there too.
Where does that result leave us, Jenny? Again, plenty of reasons to be optimistic.
Yeah, I think Australia up next week. That's always going to be one where the big tough physical challenge and kind of end the test series on a high. So I think looking back on it, the guys know that they're capable of beating the All Blacks, and they push them. They have to go top gear. Normally, like sometimes the All Blacks can coast third or fourth gear and run through teams, but they have to kind of give their best. And I think the scoreline didn't really reflect how well Ireland actually played in that game.
Jenny, you're going to reveal the Irish man of the match. Of course, loads of contenders out there, but in the end, who did yourself and the panel here go for?
We went for Jamie Heaslip. Absolutely Trojan performance. I think it's a typical performance from him. I think a lot of the time the work that he goes through during a match is unnoticed, but at key moments in the game, he was always there to either break up play or like add a bit of physicality to it. So yeah, Jamie Heaslip for the Irish man of the match.
So Jamie Heaslip wins the man of the match. It's not the result we wanted, but certainly is a performance. And if nothing else, we'll always have Chicago 2 weeks ago. It's finished here, 21 points to 9 to New Zealand. We'll talk to you next week when it's Australia, the visitors here to the Aviva FanStudio.